Look at this dude.
What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hey man, if you haven't already done so, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, smash the like button, click that bell as well, so you can be a part of the Post Noti Gang family. We are here for one reason only. Ray William Johnson. Pepsi caused a riot that killed 5 people. I feel like this is something we should have seen on the news or something, unless it's some old news. You know, I know Ray does some old news and stuff like that, but how does Pepsi cause a riot? We're gonna do less talking, man, more reacting. Let's dive right into this video. Let's go.
Remember that time Pepsi caused a riot in the
I do not remember that time, to be honest.
Philippines that unalived 5 people? Cause I do. Now the story starts with this woman. Her name's Marilee. And Marilee's 23 when this all starts, living in the Philippines, and she is struggling. Like, she lives in a wooden shack by the train tracks with her husband and 4 kids, and all she wants is a better life for her family. And
that gotta be tough living like that. Imagine the train tracks being like 20 feet away from your house, bro. Oh man, that would interrupt my sleep, bro. No.
One day in 1992, that better life is suddenly within reach. Because Pepsi, the soda company, has started this contest where one person in the Philippines will have the opportunity to win $1 million pesos, which is a life-changing
How much is that to US dollars?
amount of money in the Philippines during this time. Now the contest is called Number Fever, and you buy a Pepsi and you hope that the winning number is under the bottle cap. And
Oh my gosh, I could see how it caused a riot, bro. Everyone is gonna be, look, at that point, it's a gold mine when you're buying a Pepsi, because you just never know.
And so they run these commercials all over the country to get the word out so that everyone there will start buying Pepsi. And it works. They do start buying it. In fact, the company's sales skyrocket by almost 40%. So they're making tons of money off this. Now, Marilee, like I said,
And I'm sure there's probably a ban now for companies to do anything like this, because this is pretty much like the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. Getting the golden ticket type ish can cause riots and madness, bro.
said she's going through hard times. She's unemployed, her family's money is running real low. Regardless, they decide that this contest is worth it, and her husband spends the last of their money on some Pepsis, hoping that they win the $1 million pesos. And so finally, the big day comes. They're gonna announce the winning number on the news, and 70% of the country is watching. And so they announce it. 3, 4, and 9. And Marilee's husband looks through the bottle caps to see if they have the winning number, 349, and kaboom, they do. Marilee and her family.
That's gotta be such an exciting moment, like one of those moments where it's like, wait, hold on, this can't be real. Like, I'm holding $1 million pesos right now in my hand, like.
Just won $1 million pesos. And so they're like screaming and dancing around the living room because they're about to be rich. I mean, they can finally create a better life for themselves and for their kids. Until here's the dildo. Pepsi
It sounded like he said dildo.
really screwed up because 349 was not supposed to be the winning number. In a contest like this, they only print like 1 or 2 winning bottle caps at the bottle cap factory or wherever. That way you don't end up with thousands of winners. But Pepsi accidentally chose the wrong number, 349. You want to know how many bottle caps were printed with the number 349 on them?
Oh.
Hundreds of thousands. So there are hundreds of thousands of winning bottle caps in circulation.
Oh, I could see why it caused a riot. Oh, Pepsi f***ed up.
And this is...
I wonder if they fulfilled the winners. They definitely didn't. But I can only imagine that's a lawsuit, bruh. Holy...
when shit gets crazy. Because about 486,000 people in the Philippines now all think that they've won $1 million pesos.
Oh.
And if Pepsi had to pay...
Bro, I would cry, cause I know for a fact if I won like let's say it's $1 million US, and I'm sitting here like, oh my god, just to be slapped in the face and be like, we got a problem. Like, what's the problem? Yeah, so you are the winner, but there's close to 500,000 other people that are also winners. You're gonna sit there like, okay, cool. They all get money. We're rich. No, we're gonna have to retract the winning number. Like, bro.
Pay all those people out, that would be about 486 billion pesos, or about 19 billion US dollars. Which, in 1992, I don't think Pepsi had $19 billion to give out. But people don't know that. They all think they won. So
I'm surprised like Pepsi didn't get shut down for this.
I guess some people that won live near a Pepsi bottling factory in Quezon City, and they want their money right away. And so a bunch of them show up to the bottling factory like they're about to get paid. And like one woman has like 35 winning bottle caps, so she thinks she's about to win 35 times over. So as this mob starts
This is definitely a lawsuit, bruh.
gathering outside the gates of this factory, a secretary inside the place is looking out the window like, what the fuck? Why are there so many prize winners? And so Pepsi has to call the government to be like, we screwed up. And now the execs at the company have no idea how they're gonna get out of this. And I guess some execs are like, hey, let's just change the winning number.
They're just gonna ban Pepsi from their country at this point.
No one will notice. And so they let some local newspapers know the new winning number. And the next morning, the papers are all saying that the real winner is the number 134.
First off, you can't just retract the winning number and give out another winning number. Wait, that's still gonna cause a riot.
And this just makes things infinitely worse. It makes things more confusing, and it pisses off all the other 349 winners because they feel like they got screwed over, and they did. And so even more 349 winners start showing up to the Pepsi factory demanding to be paid. And so Pepsi has to start taking security measures by like locking up the gates, and then they get policemen and military as security guards because these people are now on the edge of getting violent.
I ain't gonna lie, it would piss me off too, bruh.
And so by mid-morning, this crowd keeps getting more and more rowdy. And some of them are starting to throw rocks at the factory building. And no one is leaving. Even as night falls, people are still there outside, waiting, upset that they didn't get their prize money. Meanwhile, Pepsi executives are still panicking. They know
Now what the fuck?
a lot of people have this winning 349 number, and they know that they can't pay everyone out. But they have to do something because people are about to riot. So at 3 a.m. that morning, Pepsi comes up with another plan to fix this mess.
Bruh.
They estimate that at the very most, there are only a few thousand winning bottle caps. And so they announce that yes, they screwed up, but that they'll give everyone with the winning number 500 pesos as a gesture of goodwill. And a lot of people are like, all right.
I bet.
And so thousands of people start taking them up on this 500 pesos offer, and over the next 2 days, Pepsi pays out over 12.5 million pesos.
Well, dang. At least they found a way to dodge this. And I know Pepsi's like, we're never doing this stuff again. Like, bro.
But then they screw up again. They decide to stop honoring some of the 349 winning bottle caps, saying that some of them just aren't valid. And this pisses people off even more.
Man.
And by this point, people are in the streets, like protesting. And here you can see their signs that say, boycott Pepsi. And here you can see the number 349 on the banner. And if all that isn't crazy enough, this is when another company steps in. Coca-Cola.
Their evil arch nemesis, their competition is willing to step in. Salute to Coke for that.
Apparently, as all of this is going down, an executive at the local office of Coca-Cola is like, well, this is going to be great for Coke. And so he pays one of the lead protesters 10,000 pesos as startup money to help fund the anti-Pepsi protests. And this is when the protests really get out of control. And the protesters start rioting in the streets, demanding their money. People are making Molotov cocktails and homemade bombs, and they're like throwing the Molotov cocktails at the windows of the Pepsi factory. Then they start targeting the delivery trucks, and they like vandalize them. The crowd flips some of them over, and they set some of them on fire. And then someone throws an actual live grenade through a window at the Pepsi factory, and it goes off, unaliving 3 employees who were inside. Like, this is insane.
Oh, I get it. Y'all mad and everything, but damn.
And while all of this is going on, there are also people filing lawsuits against
I knew
Pepsi.
it.
In fact, 22,000 people in the Philippines take legal action against them. So thousands of lawsuits are filed. And some of them band together, and some of them start forming groups. I mean, people are fighting really hard to get paid from this. And so Marilee and her husband, they join one of these groups. And they also start joining rallies and, like, protests. And so all of these protests and all these legal battles, they go on for about 2 years. And eventually, all the anger dies out, and the protests, they fade away, as Pepsi isn't really gonna budge much. And at the end of it all, Marilee finally gives up. And she just doesn't have the energy for this, and her husband had recently passed away from a heart attack, and so she's left to support her family all by herself. And so she moves on, and sadly, she never sees a single peso from Pepsi. And in 2006, the Philippine Supreme Court ultimately rules that Pepsi is actually not at fault for this and is not liable for damages. And so ultimately, thousands of lawsuits and criminal complaints against them are dismissed. And it's crazy because at the end of it all, 5 people died total from the riots, and Pepsi had to pay a fine of like 150,000 pesos and some relatively small payments to a few plaintiffs, but not much. I mean, they really didn't get into much trouble for this.
Okay, my whole issue with this is their sales skyrocketed when they launched this whole thing. You feel me? So Pepsi, at the end of the day, still benefited from all this. You know what? I'm never drinking Pepsi again. Fuck that, bro. I would no, hell nah, bro. What? If I'm sorry, y'all, but that would not fly with me. But anyways, y'all, if you guys made it to the end, I do greatly appreciate it. Smash the like button, leave a comment, click that bell. Till next time, I'm gonna see y'all next time. I'm out.